The pi cycle bottom indicator. Well, it is flashing again for Bitcoin. And this is an indicator that has a pretty interesting history of pretty accurately getting the tops and getting the bottoms for the market. So in today's video, I want to break this down for you and tell you what is exactly happening with this indicator at the moment. My name's Lark. I make videos talking about investing. If you do like that topic, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Of course, smash on that thumbs up button to let me know you do enjoy this kind of content. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see here, we are putting in the pi cycle low at the moment. Now this particular candle right here is when it happened. So what does that mean? That means we are looking at a potential bottoming moment for this bear market. So let's go back and look at the history of the calls of the top and bottoms for the pi cycle indicator. So we can see it actually called a top back here in mid-April. So that was when Bitcoin got up to $65,000. And yes, we did then later that year rally up to $69,000. So you might say, well, it wasn't exactly right, but in a lot of ways, the on-chain metrics, as well as a lot of indicators, are showing that first major cycle here was a major topping moment for the market, and that this rally later on was something of a, well, the market's already cooked, but we had this, impetuous rally based on the El Salvador news and all that stuff that came up and got us up to $69,000 before, of course, the market's totally rolled over and got down to where we are right now. But let's go a little bit farther back. What else do we have here in the history of the pi cycle indicator? Well, what about 2018? So this is a very, very interesting moment in crypto history when the Bitcoin miners were fighting. Bitcoin Cash came into out, and they were fighting with Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, and it was the hash wars, and well, the price of Bitcoin absolutely collapsed from $6,000 all the way down to $3,000. And look here, we have our cycle low indicator coming in for the pi cycle, calling the low at $3,145. Now, previously to that, the pi cycle top indicator called the top around $20,000 for Bitcoin. And if we go back a little bit further in history to the other low that it marked, we also have two cycle highs here. One in 2013 when we had that big first run up followed by a huge, huge correction, and of course a rally later on that year. And then the top at $1,150 here back in late 2013. Then of course we have the cycle bottom once again being called in early 2015 by the pi cycle indicator. Now this has pretty much spot on called the bottoms twice in a row now, as well as also very accurately calling tops for the market, and depending of course on your consideration around the $65,000 or $69,000 price points for it. Now, what's interesting here is that if this is correct, it also gives us a bit of an indication about what we can expect moving forward. You see, because here we are, we've just put it in right now, okay, a couple days ago. We've just put the pi cycle indicator in on the charts here. But as we can see in previous circumstances, it actually takes the market a while to recover after this actually happens. So you can see right here, back in December 2018, we didn't actually see the market stage any kind of major recovery until almost 5.5, 6 months later, when the markets really started to pick up again and we got back to the pre-dump prices of, recovering from the hash wars. So it took us around 6 months to recover from that situation. Now, what if we go back further in time to what happened in 2015? Again, we have the pi cycle low coming in. And again, we see a situation where it took a long time to recover. So this happened in January, and we just had a lot of sideways action for the price of Bitcoin, ranging between, $200 and around $300 for just months and months and months and months and on end. In fact, it took almost a year before we really saw a breakout here for the price of Bitcoin. And look, the markets of 2014, 2015 are dramatically different to the markets of today. Even the markets of 2017, 2018 are dramatically different compared to the markets today. But still, I think that we should count on, even though we are putting in this cycle low indicator, and look, any indicator can break, any indicator can essentially at some point be invalidated. Just because it's putting in a cycle low now doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. There's always a chance that, yeah, it breaks this time and this time it didn't work. But right now, the history of the Pi cycles, tops and bottom indicator, has been pretty damn accurate. But if it is indeed putting in the bottom here, well, then we also have to account for the fact that we may see a situation where the markets may basically be moving relatively sideways for months on end. And look, when I say relatively sideways, we could get a major relief rally up to like $28,000, $30,000. But that just starts to establish us within a range going up between $20,000 to $30,000, just like we went from $200 to $300 back in 2014. That was a 50% gain from $200 to $300. In the same way that a rally up to $30,000 would be very significant for the market, but it's only a 50% price rally for Bitcoin. You have to keep that in mind when thinking about this. So with the macro conditions remaining in a pretty rough state, we may have the bottom in, but we should also expect that things aren't going to recover immediately from this. Previous Pi cycle bottoms have shown that things don't automatically recover. It does take some time for the markets to build themselves back up. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the Pi cycle indicator for this video. By the way, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, you need yourself an account over on Bybit. It is the top place for buying and selling, longing and shorting Bitcoin, Ethereum, a wide range of altcoins. They have futures markets, spot markets. You can buy and sell NFTs and stuff like that as well. Use the link down below in the description to start your account, and you're going to get 30% off your fees and up to $4,100 in deposit bonuses. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know what you think about the Pi cycle top indicator. Is it a reliable indicator for the market? Is the bottom in? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.